तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. April 22nd, 1883, we are in the beginning. A Brahmo devotee is asking, Sir, what is the way? Master, attachment to God, in other words, love for Him, and secondly, prayer. Brahmo devotee, which one is the way, love or prayer? Master, first love and then prayer. The Master sang, Cry to your mother Shyama with a real cry, O mind, and how can she hold herself from you? How can Shyama stay away? The love is what binds. The binding must be there for prayer to be answered. That's why Ramakrishna is telling, first love, then prayer. Otherwise, it is like talking to some people over the phone without ringing them up. Like children sometimes take the phone and start speaking, hello, hello in that. Nobody is there on the other side because they are not rung up to anybody. Like that, love, in the absence of love, to whom are we praying? What for are we praying? Why should they reply to me? These things will remain unfulfilled. The cry, the prayer doesn't come from the heart. Because of the situation of life and other things, we may pray under certain circumstances. Intellectually we are praying. Sometimes out of necessity, mind is praying. These are all external things which doesn't mean actually anything. Because body and mind are external sheets covering, they are asking for something which they don't know what they are asking for and why they are asking for. But when the heart prays, when heart asks for something, it is something coming from the innermost core asking for something, and it has to be answered because it is going to reach the person whom I am sending. The God, when He replies, the mental prayer, it has no purpose to fulfill. It tries to avoid certain things or postpone or do some thing in the external world, but the inner forces cannot subside because of that. My karmas are there. That cannot be overtaken by mental prayer or by the prayer of the intellect. When heart prays, then there is the response from nature to readjust the karmic loads. If not anything, the God may postpone certain working of the karmas to future date and allow the other things which are favorable presently so that he is able to transcend that and go away. Once it transcends certain limits of consciousness, goes to a higher level of this doesn't apply at all. Because the personality has changed, person is changed. That person is no more who did the karma. One who is carrying karmic load is not to be found. It is like writing a letter to a person who has left the home and gone away. And once that person is no more there, what happens to the letter you have sent? Suppose you have not put your address also. If it is not if you have not put your address, it cannot come back to you also. Person not found, it cannot come back. It goes to dead letters office. So it disappears. So that way, the only way to transcend the nature and go. Nothing in this world, nothing under the law of nature can be avoided or changed, including our karmic. But I can transcend and go. Make the karma not applicable to me at all, because my identity is changed. I am no more this bodily existence which I had done all this karma in the past. I am a new person with a new birth, new thing, everything. The old I is gone forever. The higher levels of consciousness, unless we enter higher levels of consciousness, there is no. What is the way to transcend and go? Is what binds you with the divine. Love is the only thing that can bind you to the divine and take you to higher levels of consciousness where your identity changes. So Sri Ramakrishna says, love, cry to your mother Shama with real cry. You have to cry with real cry. When does the real cry come? When you start loving God. And how can she hold herself from you? When some heart drags, it yields, it has to go and meet. How can Shama stay away? Continuing, the Master said, and one must always chant the name and glories of God. It is one of the disciplines of the Vaishnavas to daily read the Bhagavata or some story of the Lord, which is any Purana or anything, especially Bhagavata, great for Vaishnavas, so that you are in constant, unbroken link with the divine. Singing the names of glories of God will make His presence in your mind, and when feeling, it is associated with feeling, it enters your heart. And when the feeling becomes intense, it enters into your awareness. It becomes a part of your awareness. In and through all activities and work that is going on, you will see that you are internally, you are feeling the presence of God. Otherwise, you will not be feeling the presence of God. We idle away time in various ways, thinking that I am doing sadhana. So, awareness, till the inner awareness, antar prajna, is filled with the divine. We have to constantly remember God in some way or other. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is giving two important disciplines. Always chant the name and glories of God and pray to Him. One must always chant the names and glories of God. Name is the identification, glories is the qualities that He possesses. We need both. It is the divine awareness it creates, and it changes our swabhava. We are born with certain tendencies, swabhava. We develop certain things in this life also. We come with certain things. That is our qualities, guna. Now, this guna is to be changed. I have got a few sadguna and many of the not durguna I cannot say, but it is not sadguna. Suppose I am looking at the world as world, you can't call it durguna. If I do something harm to someone or do something the injustice, then it can be called as durguna. But sadguna is helping others, loving others, serving others, all these come under the sadguna. But looking at the world as world, man as man, woman as woman, child as child, these objects as objects, it is neither durguna nor saguna, but it is far from reality. It is not the truth. I am not seeing world as God. God as God, but God as world. So the again and again, why do we think of God? Is the tamas aspect of our existence drops away and sattva awakens within us. The sattva is closer to God. We see everything in a wrong way. So this wrong way is the product of the tamas. Wherever we don't see world as God. It is God, but I am seeing as world. A person I see, the person's personality is before me. There is the moment a little inner is the divine. I am not able to see. It's pervading. Divine is pervading. There is a heart which aspires for something. I am not able to see. I am not able to see myself as divine. I am not able to see anything here as divine. All these are darknesses. I am seeing one thing in another thing. All wrong information, wrong understanding. And I think all these objects of the world will give me whatever enjoyments and joys I want. These are going to give me security, my people, my wealth, my things, my intellect, all this is going to save me from all dangers. No. These are all products of tamas. I am not able to see. Truth is tamas. So these are all products of tamas. The truth is beyond tamas. Tamasah parastat. The whole thing has to be dropped away. New awareness must come. How does it come? Nama gunagana. Again and again. That is the ideal. That is the perfected state. Again and again I remember that is the bird which is silently sitting in its own glory. The other bird is eating the fruits, sweet and bitter, now and then, turning each time. This turning to the real, eternal, the ideal. When you go to school, we want to come out from the college after finishing our education. How do we get? We see the next class. People are moving ahead. So seeing them each time, the valedictory function is over, convocation is over, so many graduates have come out. I am in the school. So one day I have to, that again and again, that ultimate, last end of the education. Like that, what will be my state of perfection? To be one with God. God's all qualities, nama gunagana. Again and again I do. And each time I do, I imbibe that within me and try to stretch myself beyond all these external limitations. So, Sri Master is telling must be chant the name and glories of God and pray to Him. Because with our strength, our intellect, our bodily existence, we can't transcend the Maya. An old metal pot must be scrubbed every day. What is the use of cleaning it only once? mm, metal pot, immediately you see even the puja articles, every day we have to clean. One day if you leave, that copper will get already tarnished. It is entirely changed its color. Again next day before worship, you have to scrub it nicely and bring back it to the original states of shining. You can see the fine shining article in the morning. Next day, if you don't wash, it has already become tarnished. Its color has changed. Its shining has gone away. So that every day it must be kept trim, it must be kept active, full of vigilance, no slackness anywhere inside. It is like you are in the war field. You don't know from where the arrows is going to come. So be alert always, be vigilant. No more slackening, no more alasya, no more. When you go for meditation, it is an active state. It is no more a passive state of sitting and relaxing. No, I am diving within. I am visualizing. I am trying to visualize every bit of my Ishtadevata. His face, his eyes, his yesterday that Ram Lala's Pratisthapana was over it, and we see the face, how clearly they will be viewing the smiling face from the camera. From distance he takes back, and again it may focuses on the face and makes it. How clearly the camera was projecting. Can we do the same thing with our Ishtadevata in our heart? Clearly visualize the form there. We have to do that. That is meditation. Every bit, even the small grains, when we are doing carving and making idols and all that, you can see how nicely, with what perfection, what imagination, what clarity we bring the image into perfection. Like that, it must be, your mental creation must be as clear as you are visualizing with open eyes. So much of clarity. It's an active process of mind, intellect. It is viewing. In meditation, I cannot sit idle. It is just body is at rest and you are diving within. Deeper, 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 more clearer, more joy, more peace, more away from this world, more closer to the reality. You are moving every moment. You have to transcend, just like you enter into sleep, you have to enter into samadhi sthiti. When there is no time, how active you must be in meditations and prayers, in doing worship, full of enthusiasm, full of zeal, like children are going for a picnic, full of energy, full of strength, full of vigor, filled with ambitions. So this is how we go inward. So there we see Ramakrishna is telling the scrubbing of the metal pot every day. Further, one must practice discrimination and renunciation. Two things must go together. One is the separation, one is the movement. I am rowing the boat by anchoring it down in the ocean or in the river. Boat is anchored. It cannot move. I am rowing, rowing. That whole day passes, night passes. See, I am where I am. Because anchor is not lifted. The tying has not been released. It cannot move. All efforts to go forward, stays ineffective just because not that you have stopped rowing, not that you are not rowing. You are rowing your boat, but it is not moving because it is anchor. The lifting of the anchor or untying the knot which has tied to a post has to be. This is renunciation and discrimination. One must practice discrimination and renunciation, viveka, vairagya. The discrimination is what differentiates nitya and anitya, nitya nitya vastu viveka. Iha amutra phalabhoga viraga, shamadamadi shatsapat and mumukshutva. These are the disciplines of entering into the path of jnana. First is nitya nitya vastu viveka. What is real and what is unreal, what is permanent, what is ephemeral, what is eternal, unchanging reality, what is eternal. I too want to have joy, peace, but not momentary. A momentary joy I got, enjoyments I got. Next moment again I am in the same, fallen in the same rut. No. I want eternal peace, eternal joy, never to end again. So this trying to stretch myself into eternity, I must be able to distinguish. Oh, not this. Mano buddhi ahankara chittani. Shivom, Shivom. Before the Shivom, Shivom, the Mano buddhi ahankara chittani Nam must be there. Oh, these are temporary. These are coverings. This is real. This is unreal. This is not self. This is non-self. This is self. This is God. This is divine. This is secular. This is spiritual. These discrimination mainly means it is between the real and unreal and permanent or eternal and appearance, unchanging. This world is appearance only. There is no reality in it. There is eternal and temporal. Everything is passing. Childhood is gone forever. Our school days have gone. All these have gone. Not to be seen again. And most of them is forgotten. And never we bring back to our mind. It sometimes vague figure comes and passes away. But where is it? It is not there. So passing, ephemeral, transient and eternal. There is the base. There is something pervading and giving existence to it. It is eternal. So we have to shift ourselves from the temporal to the eternal, from death to immortality. And this is what we pray in the Vedas. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityor ma amritangamaya. So this is the transcendence which we are aspiring for. Here comes into the picture. Differentiate Sat, Asat. Asato ma sadgamaya. From Asat, take me to Sat. How do you know this is Asat, this is Sat? When the discrimination comes, oh, this is Asat. I need Sat. From Asat I am shifting to Sat. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. I am seeing which is not there, I am seeing, and which is there, I am not seeing. That is tamas. Beyond tamas is what I see. God as God, not God as world. Man as God and not God as man. So here the whole thing, everything becomes, the whole vision changes, ideas change. One must practice discrimination. One must be conscious of the unreality of the world, unreality. Very rarely Sri Ramakrishna uses this term, unreality of the world. unreality. He uses usually term this world is a 2 days play. It is passing things. The real and eternal terms he uses, real and unreal, real and passing. Real and unreal term very rarely uses. So it is like something, it is not totally unreal also. As till we wake up from this world, unreal we don't use because we have duties to perform, we have karmic load to work out, we have sadhanas to do. If it is totally unreal, there is no meaning in doing anything at all. We have not entered, we have not woken up from the dream. As long as we are in dream, dream is real. All struggle will go on in the dream. And when he wakes up, the struggle to wake up from dream, when a tiger comes in dream, is the spiritual practice, trying to wake up from this dream of the world. So conscious of unreality of the world, so that we will not get attachments, go on spending all our energy and time in trying to gain something from here. We have duties, we have come to this world to give and go, not to take anything from here. When we don't see the unreality, we try to take, grab, hold, thinking it real. When we know it is unreal, we will not hold, but whatever we have, we try to give. Brahmo, is it good to renounce the world? Master, not for all. How beautifully he says, you see. Is it good to renounce the world? Not for all. Those who have not yet come to the end of their enjoyments should not renounce the world. Can one get drunk on 2 annas worth wine? Brahmo, then should they lead a worldly life? Means when he is 2 annas is a measure, some amount of drink, a small amount of drink he is going to take. Will it make him drunken state? Means he is not able to control himself. He has finished, he cannot take or move anymore. He is saturated. We have not got saturated and exhausted in the world. Till that point comes, no more, no more. Enough of this. I've seen some people will get the knowledge immediately and renounce and go away. Some people take a little more time to understand this is unreal, and what I exactly want to know it. It takes little time. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.